Why Galactus uses the Silver Surfer, the most tragic partnership in Marvel history. What if I told you that the most terrifying being in the Marvel universe is not a villain, but a necessity? And what if the shining silver hero who flies across the cosmos is not a savior, but a messenger of death? Galactus, the devourer of worlds, and the Silver Surfer share one of the deepest, most tragic, and most misunderstood relationships in all of comic book history. This is not a story about good versus evil. This is a story about balance, sacrifice, guilt, and the unbearable cost of keeping the universe alive. Today, we answer one question that has haunted Marvel fans for decades. Why does Galactus use the Silver Surfer? The answer will completely change how you see both of them. To understand why Galactus uses the Silver Surfer, we must first destroy a myth. The myth that Galactus is simply a cosmic villain. Galactus is not Thanos. He is not driven by conquest, hatred, or ego. Galactus is something far older and far more terrifying, a fundamental force of reality. Before the current Marvel universe even existed, there was another universe. In that dying universe lived a mortal scientist named Galen of Tar. When his universe collapsed in a cosmic cataclysm that would later be known as the Big Bang, Galen merged with the living essence of the cosmos itself. From that fusion, Galactus was born, not as a god by choice, but as a being whose existence was necessary for the survival of reality. Galactus does not eat planets because he enjoys destruction. He consumes planetary energy because if he does not, the universe itself will eventually collapse. In Marvel lore, Galactus is tied to cosmic balance. His existence regulates the growth of cosmic forces like the Celestials, ensures the cycle of creation and destruction continues, and prevents reality from stagnating or tearing itself apart. In simple terms, Galactus is like a universal immune system, brutal, merciless, but essential. Remove him and the universe dies slowly and painfully. But here lies the cruel paradox. To save the universe as a whole, Galactus must doom individual worlds. Trillions die so that existence itself may continue. Even for a being as powerful as Galactus, this creates an unbearable contradiction. And this contradiction is the first reason why Galactus needs heralds. The universe is unimaginably vast. Even a cosmic entity cannot be everywhere at once without expending enormous energy. Galactus must conserve his strength because when he grows too weak, reality itself is endangered. Heralds solve this problem. They are scouts, messengers, and extensions of Galactus's will. They travel ahead of him, searching for planets rich in the exact kind of energy Galactus requires to survive. They evaluate worlds, warn civilizations, and prepare planets for consumption. In this way, Galactus arrives only when necessary, conserving his power and maintaining balance. But heralds are not just tools of efficiency. They serve a far deeper psychological purpose. Galactus, despite his godlike form, is still aware of suffering. He knows civilizations die screaming when he feeds. He knows entire histories are erased. And if Galactus were forced to personally confront every dying world, the emotional weight could destabilize him. A destabilized Galactus is not just dangerous, he is catastrophic. So heralds act as buffers, absorbing the moral and emotional burden that Galactus cannot afford to carry. This is where the Silver Surfer enters the story. The Silver Surfer was not born a cosmic being. He was once Norrin Radd, a brilliant scientist from the peaceful planet Zen-La. When Galactus came to consume Zen-La, Norrin did something no one else had ever done. He did not fight. He did not beg. He offered himself. Norrin pledged eternal service to Galactus in exchange for sparing his world. This single act of self-sacrifice immediately set him apart from all others. Galactus did not choose Norrin randomly. He sensed something rare within him: intelligence, moral clarity, emotional depth, and an unbreakable sense of responsibility. Galactus transformed Norrin into the Silver Surfer, granting him the power cosmic, near-limitless energy manipulation, immortality, faster-than-light travel, and cosmic awareness. Mounted on his iconic surfboard, the Surfer became the perfect herald. Unlike later heralds who sought power or domination, the Silver Surfer served out of duty. He searched the cosmos for uninhabited or less advanced worlds, trying, whenever possible, to minimize suffering. For Galactus, this made the Surfer invaluable. He was not just a scout, he was a filter, someone who could make choices Galactus himself could not emotionally afford to make. But this arrangement came at a terrible cost. To ensure the surfer's obedience, Galactus suppressed Norrin Radd's memories of his past life, including his love for his homeworld and the woman he left behind. This act reveals the harsh truth about Galactus. No matter how much he respects someone, balance always comes before freedom. Even the noblest soul can be sacrificed if the universe demands it. As the Silver Surfer traveled from world to world, he witnessed the end of civilizations. He saw art, culture, families, and dreams vanish under Galactus's hunger. And slowly, guilt began to consume him. This guilt is not a flaw. It is exactly why Galactus chose him. The surfer feels the pain so Galactus doesn't have to. He mourns the dead so Galactus can remain functional. In a tragic sense, the Silver Surfer is Galactus's conscience, outsourced into another being. Eventually, the burden became too heavy. When the Silver Surfer encountered Earth and humanity's defiance, something changed. He remembered what it meant to fight for life rather than balance. He rebelled against Galactus, choosing morality over duty. Galactus punished him, imprisoning him on Earth, but he did not destroy him. And that is crucial. Galactus could have erased the Silver Surfer instantly. Instead, he allowed him to live. Why? Because Galactus understood something terrifyingly profound. A universe without conscience is just as dangerous as one without destruction. The Silver Surfer's rebellion was not a failure. It was proof that Galactus had chosen correctly. Over time, Galactus would employ other heralds, Firelord, Terrax, Airwalker, but none could replace the Silver Surfer. Some were too cruel, some too ambitious. Some lacked empathy entirely. They did their jobs efficiently, but the universe suffered for it. Without the Surfer's compassion, Galactus became more destructive, more unstable. In later stories, Galactus even begins to evolve. Influenced by the Silver Surfer's arguments, he searches for alternative energy sources, attempts to feed without destroying inhabited worlds, and occasionally allies with heroes to preserve cosmic balance. This evolution is not random. It is the result of long exposure to conscience. Symbolically, Galactus represents inevitability, death, entropy, and the harsh laws of reality. The Silver Surfer represents choice, morality, and the question of whether survival justifies suffering. Together, they form a complete system. One without the other leads to ruin. Galactus uses the Silver Surfer because power alone is not enough to sustain the universe. Power must be guided, destruction must be remembered, and survival must be questioned. The Silver Surfer ensures that every world Galactus consumes is not just destroyed, but mourned. So the next time you see Galactus towering over a dying planet, remember this: he is not a monster, and the Silver Surfer is not a hero in the traditional sense. They are two halves of a cosmic equation. One destroys so that existence may continue, and the other remembers the cost so that destruction never becomes meaningless. Galactus devours worlds to keep the universe alive. The Silver Surfer carries the guilt so the universe does not lose its soul. And maybe that's the most tragic truth of all, that even gods need someone to remind them what it means to be human.